Hello, welcome to Lost in Movies. I'm Alec Kerr, the film critic for the Conway Daily Sun, once again joined by
Tranifer.
And I'm in my red, white, and blue because we're doing Captain America this week. Whoa! And this is the latest in the Marvel Studios series of movies building up to the Avengers next summer.
Yay!
And this is Captain America, the First Avenger. And so check out the trailer.
Rogers, Steven.
Just give me a chance.
Sorry, son.
I'm saving your life.
General Patton has said that wars are fought with weapons, but they are won by men.
You just don't know when to give up, do you?
I could do this all day.
Our goal is to create the greatest army in history.
I should be going with you. Look, I know you don't think I can do this.
This isn't a back alley, Steve. It's war.
But every army begins with one man.
5 tries in 5 different cities. I can offer you a chance.
He will be the first in a new breed of super soldiers.
Why me?
Because the weak men knows the value of strength, knows the value of power.
That wasn't so bad.
That was penicillin.
We are going to win this war because we have the best men.
Now, Mr. Stark.
Nay, will personally escort Adolf Hitler to the gates of hell.
How do you feel?
It's all right.
Your task won't be simple.
Who the hell are you? The first of many.
Your enemy is not what you expect.
I don't know if I can do this.
This is why you've been chosen.
What do you think?
I think it works.
So once again, Marvel Studios has made a good movie from one of their properties.
Yay!
They haven't made a bad one yet.
Yeah, they're kicking some serious
They
butt.
are. And this one is directed by Joe Johnston, and it's really solid, kind of old-fashioned action movie.
Even like the techniques used for filming seemed like time period wise, it seemed like a film that not necessarily filmed in the 40s, but it seemed like a film that's older than it is, based in the 40s, and not necessarily in a cheesy way. Just
No.
They use a lot of like classic camera work. It
Right.
seems like,
And it's just really solid filmmaking here, and it's not CG heavy. I mean, there is a good amount of CG in it, but it's not overkill.
it's not cheesy. I mean, the one complaint I had about X-Men was it kind of was fake looking at times, but here, I mean, even with Red Skull,
Right,
and
that's done with computers, but it doesn't.
looks real.
Right, it doesn't look like Green Lantern,
Yeah.
where you had the CG mask that looked terrible.
CG race car.
Yeah, and this Joe Johnston also directed 20 years ago The Rocketeer, which was also a World War II set comic book hero movie, and that movie also very much felt like it was made in period.
Yeah.
And so that's why he was like a perfect candidate for this, because he'd already basically done this material
He
before.
knows the spiel.
Right, and
got it.
I think he has a real affinity for it. And if you look through all of his career, he's pretty much all of his films have been some sort of period film. The last movie he just did was The Wolfman.
It's a good one.
With Benicio del Toro. And he did October Sky, which was set in the 60s, and he did Hidalgo. So he likes doing period stuff. Jumanji. and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and he did Jurassic Park 3, so he also is really good with special effects.
Yeah.
So it seemed like, and that's what's been really great with Marvel Studios. They've been very shrewd with the directors they picked. Like having Branagh with Thor made perfect sense, and having
they're not.
Joe Johnston with Captain America made perfect sense.
They're not being haphazard. They're like really screening the guys before they let them take hold of the movie.
You know, and then Joss Whedon for the Avengers next summer, pretty perfect.
I'm so excited.
Joss Whedon is like the master of ensemble casts, and so perfect
awesome.
for the Avengers.
It's gonna be awesome.
But with this film, it's really well cast. Stanley Tucci as the scientist that
he's fantastic.
That has the serum that will make the scrawny Steve Rogers into Captain America.
Such a quirky little German man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
And Stanley Tucci is like consistently good in just about anything, even in a terrible movie.
Yeah, even if it's the worst thing ever, he always he's got some weird kind of in an odd
like
way
Burlesque.
charismatic. Yeah.
Not a great movie, but he's awesome in it.
It's awesome in everything.
And you got Tommy Lee Jones as the military man who's skeptical of Steve Rogers.
Look
and
at
Captain
him,
America.
he's making me cry.
If you have anything to say, now's not the time to say it.
Yeah. He's fantastic.
He's got so many of those dry one-liners, and a lot of people have made the comment that he could do this role in his sleep, and maybe he is, but who cares? Because he's so good at doing it.
It's what he does. I don't think.
Can we get a Tommy Lee Jones type to do this? Is Tommy Lee Jones doing anything?
Oh, shoot. Let's get him.
Let's just get Tommy Lee Jones. And Hugo Weaving as Red Skull.
Oh, he's
so creepy.
He's the perfect creepy criminal. I mean, I think I've said that before many times, but he's just quintessential creepy guy.
It's typecasting in this movie, but sometimes you got to do that. It's
works.
just like, can we get that guy from The Matrix? Is he available? Yeah, let's get him.
Sure. Cool.
And then you have Chris Evans, again, kind of typecasting because he's done his fair share of superhero and comic book movies.
But he hasn't really acted yet, you know what I mean? Like, this was actually him really acting more than just run around, make kissy faces.
Or, you know, just
be the eye candy.
Do wisecracks.
Exactly. He really actually, like, brought some heart and soul to this role.
And that's
really
what I liked. I
refreshing.
thought maybe he could have pumped up some of the line readings a little bit, but what he got, and I think was really important with Captain America, is he got his earnestness and his sincerity, and that just the feeling that he's just a really good-hearted person. He's a good man.
He's a sweetie,
He's a good man. And I liked Chris Evans in this role. Some people were just like, oh, Chris Evans is not going to be very good. And it's just like he fit the role.
I was skeptical going in, but he really brought it. I was impressed.
And then the way they made him look scrawny is just extraordinary. Like, if you had never seen Chris Evans before, and you saw him in the beginning of the movie, you'd just be like, wow, look at that scrawny guy.
He's a
and
little
it would be
guy.
like, how'd they make him look big instead of the other way around? Like,
exactly,
it was very seamless. And and see, that's a perfect use of. I think this is an example of perfect use of CG, like
without making it.
Without look like Red Skull looks great, scrawny Steve Rogers looks great, like.
Yeah, it's very impressive. I approve of it.
And then you have the love interest in here. I thought was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was worked in cute without being too overbearing.
Hallie Atwell, who hasn't really she's done movies, but she hasn't really.
Never had a big role before.
She hasn't had a big role. She hasn't had a high-profile role.
Yeah.
And I liked their romance. It was very chaste.
Yeah, it was cute.
And you get the feeling that if this wasn't a PG-13 movie, that she might go after him in a certain way, but
she has to behave herself because there's children watching.
Right. And they did a good job of making her look like a 1940s pinup girl.
Definitely.
With those bright red lips and
big giant doe eyes and the Washington curl hair.
Yeah. And
they did good.
And and I actually got a little choked up a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Captain America make you a little teary-eyed?
A little choked up.
That is sad.
The climactic final thing.
Yep. Yeah, that was a little heartbreaking.
So they're setting a date, as they both know that they're not going to be able to make. Because you know,
Next
not really a
Sunday.
spoiler because everyone knows that he's going to be frozen and then de-thaw so he can be part of the Avengers in present day. So it's not really a major spoiler if you know your Captain America history.
But it's just sad.
You didn't even know it's coming. I'm like,
No!
that was the sound I was making.
That was the sound you were making?
That was the sound I was
I'm
making.
sure the people in the theater appreciated that little
did.
hum.
They did. And, you've got Howard Stark in here.
Yep.
Tony's father.
Yep.
Played by Dominique Cooper.
And apparently Captain America doesn't know what the meaning of fondue is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe he thinks it means fondle? I don't know.
Yeah, because he's like, are you guys fonduing? You realize that fondue is just cheese and bread, right? What? Yeah.
It's a euphemism. That's my new favorite euphemism for
fondue.
You wanted fondue later on?
Wink. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
and you have Bucky Barnes in here, his sidekick, who I think this is the first, because we're going to talk about other Captain Americas later in the show.
Awesome.
Because they're so awesome. And I think this is the first version, aside from like cartoons or whatever, that has Bucky Barnes, his sidekick.
Bucky's good.
His good buddy.
His buddy from back home.
Right. And the dynamic shift because he was the
cool tough guy.
Cool manly man. And then it's like, whoop, wait.
I remember you being shorter.
Yeah. And I think it's very cleverly constructed that he becomes a propaganda figure at first and goes to the USOs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that there are comic books created and everything like that. And I thought that was very clever.
That was a cool touch, yeah.
Of having him because Captain America, the comic books really were propaganda during the 1940s, like, you know, rah rah, America's great, and apparently in the first comic, Captain America punches out Hitler.
Oh.
And so they have a very funny nod to that. So for like fans of comic books, who we actually have a comic book expert of sorts who will offer her opinion up.
Sweet.
And so she can tell us about all the little things they got right, or maybe the things they got wrong, but she was very pleased with it. So it's good to know that it's close
fan
to
pleaser,
It's a fan pleaser, yeah. And for people who do go to see this, they gotta stay through the credits.
Do it. And I know we say that all the time, but this is more than just a little clip
this
where you
like
see.
a 30-second thing. We can just tell it's a trailer for the Avengers.
And it's pretty awesome looking.
It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, it's like a year away. No.
Why can't it be right now? I'm going to have myself frozen and then thawed.
Frozen and thawed out. You're going to go up to Alaska?
Yep, to watch the Avengers. I'm so excited.
And what else is there to say, really?
They did good.
They did good.
Good
it's
job,
solid
Marvel.
Entertainment. Marvel is just...
They know their movies.
They're just really consistent with this. Like, there's just... The Shield was very well done.
How would you rate this one out of the ones for this year?
Out of this year?
This year, or this summer's comic book movies, like including Green Lantern and Thor and X-Men.
I really did enjoy X-Men. I might have enjoyed X-Men a little bit more than Thor. But they're just really solid, with the exception of Green Lantern, which, as we discussed, is not nearly as bad.
It's not Marvel, so, you know, they don't have the same studio.
Right. But, you know, X-Men First Class, that wasn't through the Marvel studio.
That's true. That was just Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this rate's pretty high. I think it's, you know, it's been a consistent summer for comic book movies, with the exception of Green Lantern.
They've done good, yeah.
It's been good. Like, and then next summer we're gonna get more superhero movies.
Yay.
We're gonna get the Avengers. We're gonna get Dark Knight Rises, and the Amazing Spider-Man.
That's right, the reboot.
Reboot. So
we'll see.
The legacy of comic book movies, superhero movies, will continue next summer.
Sweet.
So why don't we have our expert, Megan? We'll cut to her, and she'll fill us in on what she thought of Captain America.
All right.
Hi, my name is Megan Gregory, and I work at Collectibles Unlimited in Concord, New Hampshire. We're right on South Street. I was asked today to talk about the Captain America movie from the perspective of a comic fan. From the perspective of a comic fan, it was fantastic. It's one of the best comic book movies I've ever seen in my life, and it's definitely the best one of the year. A couple of things that they did, little homages to the fans. The first one, when Cap and Bucky go to the World Fair, and they see, obviously, Howard Stark, who's Tony Stark's father, you know, big part for the Avengers. Bucky was also Captain America's teenage sidekick during the war in the comics in the 40s, when everybody had to have a teenage sidekick, like Batman and Robin, and even Bullet Man and Bullet Boy. Don't look it up, trust me, it's awful. But anyway, so Cap's best friend is Bucky, James Barnes, so that was very cool. And when they're at the World's Fair, they see the original Human Torch, who was actually an android in the golden age of comics. So that was very, very cool. They probably couldn't call him the Torch because of Fox or whatever. Maybe they just wanted to have a little something for the fans to go, oh my God, that's cool, which I did. I've seen Captain America twice, actually, now, and probably go see it again on Saturday, so, you know, I guess I really did like it. The other thing that was very cool was the Howling Commandos were in there, Dum Dum Dugan and all the guys from the 40s comics, so that was really cool, too. It's awesome to see people caring about, you know, the origins of where the comics came from. That was very cool. The other thing that Marvel does that unfortunately DC chooses not to do is they thank their creators when they during the credits. So they did thank Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, the creators of Captain America, and when Cap is doing the USO shows, he's actually wearing the original costume that Jack Kirby had him in issue 1, and he punches Hitler in the face during the USO shows, which is what he was doing on the cover of Captain America #1, which you see kids reading in the movie. So that was very, very cool as well. Of course, there was the obligatory Stan Lee cameo, which we cheered during the midnight showing. Anytime you see a Marvel movie on opening night, you see Stan Lee and people start to cheer, so it's kind of cool. The other thing that I really, really liked is they thanked some really fantastic creators in the credits. They thanked Ed Brubaker and Steve Epting, who are on the team of Captain America, and it's an amazing comic book. So if you get a chance to, check it out. Captain America #1 came out a few weeks ago, written by Ed Brubaker. And Captain America and Bucky #620 came out this week. So get a chance to check those out. If you don't know where a comic shop is in your area, you can Google Comic Shop Locator, or you can call the phone number 1-888-COMIC-BOOK. And if you ever need anything, give us a holler at Collectibles Unlimited. We can be reached at 603-228-3712.
So thanks to Megan for her expert opinion on Captain America. And now we're going to talk about other Captain Americas, because believe it or not, there's a few dating back to 1944. There was a movie serial. And so that was fresh, because, you know, Captain America first comic book was 1941. So this was
they do mention in the movies, you know, I like your films.
Yeah.
He was making movies.
Exactly. And they do have a nod to that with but they're not really, not remotely like these 1940.
Yeah, they're a little better than this, I would say.
And these 1944 serials, like a lot of crime serials, they were just kind of like private eye detective stories. And that's basically what they turned Captain America into.
Yep.
He's kind of just like a Humphrey Bogart-esque private eye. He's not even Steve Rogers. I don't think he even took the super serum or anything like that.
He's just a guy with a mask.
It's a guy with a mask. He would be what they would call in the Watchmen masked hero, or costumed heroes.
Yeah.
He's not a superhero. He's just a regular guy that decided to put on the costume and save the day, do good. And he's actually kind of more like a Watchmen kind of hero.
It's like the Rain City superheroes.
Yeah. Because he's you know, because Steve Rogers, he's like an all-American good boy. This Captain America, he's a district attorney, and he'll do whatever he's got to do to get the job done, even if it means Russian roulette, which is not very Captain America-like.
That's not very nice.
But so we have a clip of this Captain America in action.
Come in. on in. Come on in.
Start talking. Who's your boss?
I don't know his name. Stop the 2 bullets left.
Yes. I'll hit one presently.
Wait, I'll talk. His name is Matson.
Keep talking.
He wanted to get you out of the way. They're pulling a big job at the office of a guy named Dodge. I don't know what it's all about.
Well, I do.
And then there was a 1990 film, actually.
Some of you may remember.
It was or not.
Repressed memory, maybe.
Maybe. It was filmed in 1989 and was supposed to get a theatrical release, but then it was deemed unworthy of such, and showed up
Devil,
on.
you say?
I know. And then it showed up on VHS in like '92 or something like that. Always a good sign when a movie sits on the shelf for a while.
And yep.
And fun fact. Captain America in this movie is played by Matt Salinger, and you might recognize that last name.
Did he ever catch any rye?
He might have. He was a New
dad?
Hampshire local. JD
Oh,
Salinger's son, Matt Salinger, stars as Captain America, who is a very fit, muscular guy. Instead of a scrawny guy, they even like make a reference to, we have this scrawny weakling, and it's just like, it doesn't look that scrawny to me.
Yep.
And then he gets bulked up with the magic of electricity,
Bulking.
apparently.
And his lime green.
Yeah, his lime
Electric
green.
serum.
You're right. It just looked like the same fluid they used in like Reanimator.
Yep. Pretty
'Cause
much.
that's like pretty much like if you have a chemical, it's got to be glowing neon green.
Of course. Glow sticks. Duh.
Yeah. So that's why, they changed it up in the new Captain America. It was blue.
Oh,
It was blue.
it's original.
Yep.
More patriotic,
and so,
too.
we got tons of clips here from this movie because you just need to see the clips to just get it across. We'll save people the effort of actually watching the movie.
You just need to watch a few minutes. You'll get it.
And if you do, get a nice little taste of this and you want more because it is one of those movies that's almost so bad it's good. Almost. But here's a very subtle scene right after Steve Rogers has the transformation. So check out that.
Personnel, please remain at station. Dr. Cassell. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lieutenant Fenny.
I'd like you to meet Richard Ehrlich. He's a special observer sent by President Roosevelt.
Remarkable work, Dr. Cassell. Congratulations.
Yeah, Heil Hitler!
They did good. They did good.
And then I got a couple clips of the magic shield that has the ability to fall to the ground and then magically still be in the air.
Like install a clapper or a whistler or something.
Or
Just
something.
Come on, Clarence.
So yeah, check out these clips too because these just show the quality of this movie.
All right, these are my favorites. Captain America with his special superpower of faking car sickness, making the driver pull over, and then hijacking the car, stealing it. And this is my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Captain America's true power in this movie.
But He doesn't steal them from able-bodied folk.
No.
He likes to leave people in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Mountains, whatnot. Old men and women.
Yeah, because
he's a good guy.
Ned Beatty. How they got him to be in this movie, I don't know. And why would you steal a car from him? But
Yep.
look at him.
Would you pull the car over, please? I think I'm going to be sick.
What?
Would you please pull over the car? I am going to get sick.
Oh, okay, all right.
Captain! Are you okay? Yeah. Hold me! Don't leave me out here!
Sharon, could you pull over for a minute? I think I'm going to be sick.
Captain America is car sick? Are you okay? What are you doing? Wait a minute, what are you doing?
I can't take you into danger, Sharon. That much at least I can do for Bernie. Thanks for your help.
Thanks for my help. Open this door. Jerk!
Now we kind of did this out of continuity because as bad as the 90s version is, there's something worse.
Dun, dun, dun.
And, yeah, there was a couple TV movies made in 1979 with Reb Brown, I think his name is, who's kind of just a muscular dude, and he basically, he's just like Evel Knievel, basically. That's what he looks like in his like biker suit, basically. And his pedophile van that he drives his motorcycle out of.
He never wore a cape.
No.
He should have wore a cape.
He should have wore a cape. And I found Captain America 2 because one came out in like I guess January of '79, and another one came out in like December of '79.
Oh, okay.
And I could find part 2 on YouTube, and I could watch about 7 minutes of it, and I was satiated. I was like, I'm good.
It's an endurance test.
Yeah, and we have a very high-quality clip here of him going after some muggers.
Helping the little old lady.
Helping the little old ladies.
Because he likes the little old ladies.
The little old ladies.
He's a nice kid.
Yeah. So,
He's a sweet
yeah,
young man.
check that one out.
Watch it!
So, we're pretty much done again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Got through all of them?
We got through all of them.
That's good.
We're good. So, we're going to be back next week with Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah!
Yeah, Favreau! Yay! So, yeah, you got Bond and Indiana Jones and Aliens. What else do you need?
Right?
So, come back next week and get lost in movies again.